are listening to LOA Recon with the Good Vibe coach Jeanette Ma, where we dissect the ins and outs and the art and science of conscious creation, all intended to amp up your manifesting game. Let's have some fun together. It's me again. Thanks for tuning in. So I've got a story I cannot stop telling, and I'm going to tell you too. I'm not exaggerating when I say everyone has to hear this from me. Everyone that I talk to, neighbor, I was telling another neighbor this morning about it. Oh, hello, friends have to hear it. They even have to hear it repeatedly. It doesn't matter if I already told them once because I love telling it. Family, of course, has to hear it. Strangers, I tell straight up strangers, with joy and glee and delight. Of course, my family has to hear it. Everyone has to hear it now, including you today, unless you don't want to listen. You don't have to hear it. But oh my gosh, I love the story. So, it's summertime in a global pandemic. That means Harvey and I are out on our canyon walks, and we're doing our very best to social distance. But you know what? Even if it weren't social distancing time, it's just polite. These are narrow trails that we're walking. Oh my gosh, there's just so much beautiful vegetation. It's just stunning, stunning, stunning places that we're walking. And it's on a narrow trail in a lot of it. And it's also the place where some bikers come. And if you're going uphill on a bike, I don't care if there's a global pandemic happening or not. It's polite. Actually, I think it might be I think you're supposed to. The right-of-way rules, I think you're supposed to let the bikers going uphill, I think you're supposed to. Anyway, Harvey and I, we step off the trail. At least my intention was that I would train Harvey to step off the trail because a guy wasn't getting it. And I would just apologize for people when they'd ride up on their bike and he's standing right in the middle of the trail and he's a big dog. He takes up some space. Like going around him isn't that easy. So a lot of them end up stopping, partly too, probably because it's a dog on the trail. And, dogs can be sketchy, so maybe they're just like, stop instead of risking a dog chasing you. I don't know. Although they're not going very fast when they're going uphill. Anyway, I just thought, even if it weren't coronavirus, I should always get Harvey off the trail, get my own self off the trail so they can continue their momentum because some of these places are kind of steep. And to get stopped on a bike when you're going uphill, I would not like it. So I was thinking I should train him. I should teach him a command where when someone's coming, we should step off the trail. And I thought, it shouldn't just be for bikers, but really for anyone. Because sometimes I'm the only one who's social distancing. I know we're outside. Anyway, I thought it would be a good plan. So I intended to teach him this. In the meantime, we're still going on our walks. And I just really don't like apologizing for my dog that's standing right in their way. Sometimes they've got little kids and, sometimes kids, oh gosh, we were on a trail one day. There were probably 4 adult women with, I want to say 18, maybe preschool kids. Oh my gosh, there were a lot of kids. Oh my gosh, and I had Charlie with me too, the neighbor's golden doodle. Harvey and Charlie together in a pack of children. It was almost. Someone in that group had died and gone to heaven. I'm not positive it was me, but I did take a lot of delight because those kids were so excited to see Charlie, especially. He's a freaking adorable. Harvey his appearance is a little intimidating. He's a German Shepherd, although he doesn't have the stand-up ears. He's got floppy ears, so he is endearing. But the kids they got so excited to see, except for a couple girls in the back who, when they saw 2 dogs coming, and they were the dogs were wet because they had just gotten out of the lake. They were still kind of wet where they're doing a little shaking. And I was kind of nervous. These kids were just going to get sprayed with mud. So I was trying to move through the group quickly. And the girls in the back, little girls in the back, saw us coming kind of quickly. I was trying to move the dogs along because everyone wanted to pet the dogs. Who could blame them? Who doesn't want to stop and pet the dogs? Oh, a couple of the girls in the back didn't. When they got a load of these 2 dogs, they just screamed. Okay, so that's another reason why I think it's worth teaching this dog to get off the trail. So what we've been doing is when I hear someone coming, oh my gosh, don't you just love the bikers with the little bell? That is so helpful. So helpful. Because, sometimes you don't hear things too well. Anyway, when I know someone's coming, I find a good spot to step off. Try not to step on pretty plants and wildflowers and all the cool things. Try to find a good spot to step off. Again, it's a narrow trail. And I call Harvey over with me because I also don't want him stepping on a bunch of stuff. Trying to, not disturb all the gorgeous vegetation. Okay, so I just started calling him over. And you aren't going to believe what happened. In the whole process, I guess I was training him. I never figured out what command I should give him, but he started to figure out, this is such a smart dog. I had his DNA test done, and okay, so you know where Harvey came from, remember? Look at me, I'm telling all the aspects of the story. You're getting the long version. The rescue group asked for a foster of a pregnant dog. So what happened was they rescued a dog out of a New Mexico shelter, and they put her in a foster home, who took her in for a space surgery and found out she was pregnant. And so they sewed her back up and they said, find someone who will let this dog have their puppies. And so they put out a call for a foster mom or dad who was willing to do puppies. Oh my gosh. I said yes, like my life depended on it. It was George who got that call because George had just lost his 2 senior golden retrievers. And he was thinking about adopting a dog, and he had seen me foster, so he decided that might be a good way. He was like, first of all, I could either foster, or maybe that's a good way to meet my next dog. Yeah, he foster failed on his first dog. So anyway, he was connected with the rescue group that put out the call for a foster for puppies. And when he told me, if I finish telling that part of the story, I'm just going to cry too much. So I'm not even going to tell you that part. But there was a part of me, that knew. I just knew so strongly, get that foster dog. Anyway, she's a gorgeous, her name was Rhea. She's living happily ever after with an amazing family. But she was a shepherd, German shepherd, but she was small. She wasn't big like a shepherd, but she looked purebred. She was just a stunningly gorgeous dog. You didn't know how small she was until you actually picked her up in person. It turns out she was a pretty small dog. So that was Harvey's mom. Don't know who his dad was, but I got the DNA test done, and it said some crazy things in there, like border collie. I wondered, are dogs like cats where they can have different fathers contributing to the litter? But that still doesn't make sense because there were she had 8 puppies, 8 gorgeous, fat, beautiful puppies. And some of them definitely looked border collie. They had like curly hair and everything. But Harvey didn't. There's nothing about him that looks border collie, but his DNA test says border collie in it, except only a very little bit of border collie. I think his dad might have been let's just say his DNA chart has German Shepherd all over it. Harvey came from breeders who messed up. That's all I can figure. I don't know how that dog ended up at the shelter, but Harvey, so Harvey doesn't have the stand-up ears, so he's a freaking adorable. All right. No one's as cute as Charlie, but Harvey's pretty cute. So I'm teaching him, I didn't know I was teaching him. I was just calling him off the trail every time someone would pass. And guess what that dog started to do? He started to figure it out. He started to figure out on his own that when someone is coming, whether they're on foot, whether they're walking, whether they're jogging, whether they're on a bike, whether they're alone, whether they're with people, whether they're with a bunch of preschool friends, he learned, step off the trail. Okay, I don't think he stepped off the trail when we rolled up on the kids. That was a very different experience for all of us. But every other time when we've been on the trail, this guy is amazing. And I trust him really well. Some people are so nervous at how well I trust him. I just know Harvey hears better than I do. So even when I can't hear him, he can hear me. Even if I'm not talking, he can hear me. But if I walk with a friend, they start getting nervous about where Harvey is. I'm like, you don't ever have to worry about where Harvey is. He's not far. So he does this adorable thing. And the trail we've been walking lately has a lot of curves in it and a ton of trees. So you can't see too far in advance. And every once in a while, Harvey he'd be stopped looking back at me. And I'd be like, what's wrong? And there wasn't anything wrong. He just knew someone was coming. He was waiting for me to catch up so we could step off the trail together. How cute is that? It's adorable. In fact, sometimes if he knew the person was going to be up on us before I got there, he'd come all the way back to me so he could step off the trail with me. I didn't even have to tell him anymore. He was doing it automatically. I was so impressed with this guy. And he'd sit there for a long time. So sometimes when people go biking, they don't have a partner who bikes the same way they do. So we might pass the husband, and then the wife's way far behind, or the kid, and then the dad's way far behind. And sometimes the kid would say, or the person in front would say, I got one more behind me. I just love it. Oh, you know what happened one day? Oh, I don't know why this happened. One day, I'm not going to tell that part of the story. I'm not going to tell that part. Okay, I'm going to tell that part of the story too. So, I don't know why this happened, but this was just 2 days ago. We passed a guy on a bike, and he's the only one. Everyone else says just one, or just me, or one bike. One guy said one bike, and this guy said, "I'm alone," and the way he said it, my hand flew to my heart for him. It was crazy. Even telling it again. Don't understand why it hit me that way. I don't know. It was weird. Okay. Anyway, sometimes what happens is the person in front, great, now I'm going to be sniffling through the whole rest of this episode, sorry. I was probably going to cry anyway. Just even thinking of what it was when George said, they're looking for a foster for puppies. And it was like I flew out of my skin saying, get it, get that dog. I didn't even know. I just said, get that dog. I didn't know anything. I did, though. Part of me did. Okay, anyway. So, someone's coming first, and they say, 2 more behind me, or 1 more behind me. And sometimes they're way far behind. They're so far behind, even Harvey can't hear him. And he's thinking, okay, that person passed, we should get off the trail. But I know someone else is coming. So I stay on the trail, and he just looks up at me like I know what I'm doing. Don't you love it when someone trusts you like that? He looks at me not like, what are we doing? But he looks at me like I know what I'm doing. And then someone rolls up, and I'm just so proud of that guy. I'm so proud of that dog. And I've been telling everyone how proud I am of this dog. Oh my gosh, so one biker, she made fun of him. She was coming downhill. We were going uphill. And Harvey was hauling. He was hauling towards me. And her interpretation of that was that he was scared of her. And she even said to him, and I'm just smiling from ear to ear because I love this dog so much. He doesn't even just step off without me. He comes back to me to step off. Come on. So he's running fast in front of her in order to get to me before she does. He doesn't just get out of the way. He gets out of the way with me. Oh, I love him. And she was kind of mocking him a little bit. She was like, "Oh, Mama, watch out, someone's coming." She was making, she thought he was scared. He was running to me because he's scared. And I said, I'm teaching him trail etiquette. He's not scared. He's polite. He's so polite. He's even polite to people who think he's scared. He wasn't scared. He was super, super polite. I just love this dog. So, all right. So he's doing it so well, and I'm so impressed. And every time my fellow trail goers, they're impressed too. They're like, "Oh, thank you so much." Clearly not everyone does this for them. Maybe all dogs aren't as smart as Harvey. I don't know. Or maybe all dog owners aren't as diligent as I am about being a good fellow trail walker. I don't know. Maybe my joy's just contagious, and then they're just thanking us. Anyway, when they say thank you, I say, we've been working on that. And just love it. I love it. So I love it so much that I tell everyone what a good boy Harvey is. I said, if I had $1 for every time I said what a good and handsome boy Harvey is, I cannot even tell you how ridiculously rich. I can't even count. It's ridiculous. In fact, my talk to Harvey is so dominant. Guess what happened this morning? I woke up way early. It was way too early to be awake. I heard a little bird chirping, but it was still dark. I knew I was going to go back to sleep. Okay, I hoped I was going to go back to sleep because I did not want to wake up in the dark. It's the weekend. So I don't care what day it is. I don't want to know. Go back to sleep. So I went back to sleep. I might have asked angels. I'm like, angels, help me out here. I don't know, but I did go back to sleep. And when I woke up later and it was light and I felt fabulously refreshed because I got proper sleep. Oh, it's like those couple hours in the early morning, they're magical, aren't they? They make such a difference for me. Anyway, when I woke up and I realized, oh, I'm waking up. I wasn't awake the whole time. I woke up. That meant I slept. Loved it. And you know what I said to myself? It went something like, oh, you good girl, you did it. I was talking to myself the way I talked to Harvey, and it felt really nice. I really liked it. It was nice to be talked to that way. It reminded me of when I had a boyfriend once who, I think I've told you this story before, when, we used to go like skip rocks and stuff, and we'd make bets. And one of our bets one time was that he said if he won, what he wanted was that I would talk to him, I don't know, for like an hour, or I don't know. I would talk to him for the rest of the day. I can't remember how long it was. The way I talked to Harvey. Wait, did I have Harvey then? I'm pretty sure I did. Anyway, I talk to all my dogs this way. But Harvey is an especially good boy. Okay, whoever I'm dealing with, I was thinking, what am I I don't even know what to title this episode, but I was thinking something about having the best dog, because honestly, I have the best dog, but I know we all have the best dog. All of us who have a dog, we all have the best dog, and every dog I've had has always been the best dog. But Harvey's really the best dog. Anyway, my boyfriend wanted me to talk to him that way, and I did, and it was really striking. It was striking how much love can be communicated. I felt it this morning for myself. It's just spilling over. I've been loving up on Harvey so much that love is spilling over into my own self. How cool is that? Okay, so the other day I'm on a walk with a guy, and he has never walked with Harvey before. He has seen Harvey before, but he has never had the pleasure of walking with him before. So I was telling him all about Harvey's incredible skills. I told him about how I meant to train him, but he picked up on it before I even intentionally trained him. And I was telling him about how he'll come back to me, like if he's ahead or if he's behind, he catches up with me and we step off the trail together. He's so good at it. I'm just raving and raving and raving. It's a story I've been telling everyone, how good a boy Harvey is. He knows how to step off the trail. He's a proper social distancer. And we come around the corner, and guess what we see? Harvey is in the trail, in the middle of the trail, in front of two people, and he is getting love and he is giving love. He is like not stepping off. He did not come running back to me. And here I am all raving about how good he is at this. He did not. Oh, do you want to hear something else funny? So, okay, well, let me finish this part. Oh my good Lord. I still have a stuffed up nose from when I was crying earlier on the guy that said I'm alone. Oh, it just broke me. I see Harvey getting the love and giving the love. And I start apologizing to the people. Because look, I know the virus is likely not passed from your dog to another person, but you know, maybe not everyone knows that. And I was so proud of him, and here he was all proving me wrong in front of the guy. I'm like, wait till you see how good he is at this. There he is right there, loving up on strangers. And except they weren't strangers. Guess what? Guess how smart this dog is. He knew the guy. I'd gone out on a date with this guy pre-pandemic, when we went to a ski joring event together, and I had my mom and dad dog sit Harvey for me because it was out of town. We were going to be gone for a while. So I drove to that guy's house, and we drove together to my parents' house, and that's why my parents met this guy, and that's why this guy met Harvey, and that's who it was. And Harvey remembered him. How do you like that? In fact, just going to say this, pretty sure Harvey was the first one to remember him because Harvey's not annoying. Like if you want love and you express some desire for some attention from Harvey, he'll give it to you. He's a good boy like that. He doesn't force himself on you. You know, some dogs you're going to get love from them whether you ask for it or not. Harvey's not like that. But here he was loving this guy. And it's because he knew him and liked him. And the guy, I don't think he recognized Harvey at first. It wasn't until I came around the corner and I started to apologize. And then I recognized him. And then it made sense. Harvey didn't step off because there was a friend in front. I guess if it's a friend, then all bets are off. We're not stepping off the trail for friends, apparently. I'm still really impressed with my dog, though. But here's the funny part I was going to say. So just like hours before, I had been going through my phone. Oh, you know what? That is going to be a different podcast because this one is already long. So I'm going to do a different one on that subject. But anyway, I was going through my phone and I saw a contact that I decided, I think I can delete this guy. Okay, it was that guy. I hadn't talked to him in forever. After we stopped dating, I'd texted him a couple times, but it didn't seem like we were going to be friends. So he had sat in my phone for a while and I just deleted him. Hours before. And then we run into him on the trail. That's law of attraction for you, isn't it? I activated him enough for him to be on the trail with us. So, okay, what is my point in telling this story? Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, don't be mad at me, but there isn't one. I don't have a point. It was just for the sake of telling this story I love so much. I love this story so much. And didn't we all need something joyful? Didn't we? And I also, there's probably actually a couple of cool things here in this, including that. So I didn't even get a chance to officially train him. He just picked up on it after a couple of times. You know what? That's how momentum works in our manifesting game. Like we might not even have to get to the point of getting serious about it before we start activating what we want, like deleting some guy from your phone and ta-da, there he is. It's easier than we make it sometimes, isn't it? Yeah, maybe that could be part of it. Maybe the point is find excuses to speak love. Find the excuses to speak the love. Tell the story to everyone that you know about what a good and handsome boy you have. And then pretty soon you're going to be talking to your own self that way too. Okay, I don't know if that's going to happen to everyone or just me, but man, did it make me smile when I heard myself talking to myself like that. I loved it so much. All right, for real, I would love to pull out a manifesting moral of the story out of this, but I don't have one. I just wanted an excuse to talk about my good and handsome boy. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't be mad. Okay, my next episode, can I make that promise? I think I'll have more of an LOA point to share with you. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Thanks for listening, everyone. Love you.